Alright, so guess what? You guys just did 2 corner proofs from before. See, it's not too bad, right? Okay, so the theorems here, which is honestly nothing new. Like the math is still the same. You just have like free tools, right? Free weapons for your toolbox. So if 2 triangles are similar, again, all of this only works if they're similar. The lengths of the corresponding sides, are proportional. Okay, again, or sides or segments. It's probably segments. Right, not the sides of the triangle, the segments. And again, the 3 segments that we're talking about: altitudes, medians, and the angle bisector. Are all proportional. Sorry, I can't spell. Are all proportional to the lengths of the sides. Okay. And a quick reminder here, if you guys need the definition. Okay, altitudes, they start at a vertex, so just pick a corner. Now, a vertex is just a fancy word for corner. And you make a 90-degree angle with the opposite sides. The opposite side. Okay. Medians, right? You start at the vertex. And it goes to the midpoint. Oh, sorry, medians, not medias. You go to the midpoint of the opposite side. And an angle bisector, you know that one. I mean, what do you start? Technically, you start at the segment. But just know it bisects the vertex of the angle. Okay, bisects, okay, means cut into 2 equal pieces. Bisects the vertex or the angle, right? Vertex of a triangle. Okay, let's go through some practice problems. What else is proportional to the lengths of the corresponding sides? This is a throwback from 7-2. So everything is proportional to the sides, and of course all the sides make up the perimeter if you add it. Okay, so remember the perimeter, all of these segments, they're just proportional to the sides. Okay, aka they all have the same ratio. Okay, let's do some examples here. Okay, first identify these types of lines. Okay, so let's identify these real quick. Okay, identify. This line here is what we call the median. Yay, good job. This here is what we call the angle bisector. And this here is what we call the altitude. Keep in mind the altitude, right? It just goes to the opposite side. Sometimes you might have to extend it with like invisible markings. Okay, because this is still the designated altitude. Alright, so solve for x. Let's write a proportion here. Let's go, I'm going to go big to small, okay? Then you know what I'm doing. Big to small, so I'm going to go 20. This is the big over x should equal to big to small, 36 over 18. You can simplify. You can already tell it's already 2 over 1, right? This is 2 over 1. So you do this, it'd be 20 equals 2x, right? Cross multiply. X would equal 10. Okay. Keep in mind, there are more than one way to write this proportion. Okay, you could have done 20 over 36 if you wanted. Right, if you done 20 over 36, that would equal x over 18. Okay, so different ways to write your proportions. Alright, why don't you guys just pause it here real quick. Okay, pause the video and then do 2 and 3 on your own, okay? Alright, check your answers real quick. Okay, I did 12 over x, boom, boom, and then 9 over 6, x equals 8. Real fun fact here, real fun fact. So if this is the ratio, right, this is 9 to 6, okay? What if, let's pretend, I'm going to pretend, okay? This big perimeter is 24. I'm just going to pretend, okay? And then you're trying to find the perimeter of this one. Okay, obviously we don't know the sizes for sure, but I'm pretending here. So if I were to say it's 24 over x, then over here the ratio you still set it up with the 9 over 6, right? Boom, because they're all proportional to the same ratio. The perimeter, the sides, and all the special segments that we just talked about. So if you were to solve this, right, cross multiply, the perimeter, the small one, would be x equals 16. Okay, so this here would be 16. Just a fun fact, a little refresher about the perimeter as well. Okay, you just treat it as if it was a side, and you can set up the ratios. Okay, over here, pretty easy, 8.75, okay? All right, last theorem, triangle angle bisector. So it turns out if you have an angle bisector, pretty cool stuff here, it separates the opposite sides into two segments that are proportional to the lengths of the other two sides. Okay, so this here is saying you have an angle bisector. So JM is your angle bisector. Then you can set up that KM and LM, so right here, KM and LM right here, are proportional to the other two, KJ and JL. So let's do a quick example of this right here. Bisector, boom. So this here, 25, or sorry, whatever bisects. So let's go 20 and 28. So you can set that up there. Let's go 20 over 28. Keep it purple. Style, purple. And then 25, the 25 should go on top, right? It should match up with 20, 25, and the X. Okay, so you can set that up proportionally. Just match them up. Technically speaking, you could also have done this. Technically speaking, you could have done 25 and 20, right? You can go down like up and down, equals X over 28. Right, you just gotta match it up. Okay, however you set up this fraction should be similar how you set up the other fraction, right? What the heck? X over 28. Okay, if you solve for these proportionally, you should get the same answer. 5 and 7, right? Cross multiply. 5x equals 7 times 25 is 175. Divide by 5, you should get x equals 35, okay? Boom. All right, why don't you guys try out 2 and 3, and then we'll call it a day, okay? These are a bit semi-spicy. Hint, you need to solve for this side, okay? How would you do that? Okay, good luck. All right, guys, check out the answers here. Yeah, this one's a fraction, weird fraction, 77 over 6. Just a little quick reminder when you cross multiply here, that the 11 is multiplied to both the x and the 7, okay? Don't forget that. Over here, the little tricky part was to realize that this little space here is actually 46.8 minus n. Okay, a little math savvy move there. So you have this set up. Okay, boom, I just went top to bottom here, top to bottom. And then 9 over 42, okay? Again, your proportions don't have to be exactly like mine. Okay, you could have done it differently too. Just literally probably like 4 other ways or 6 other ways. Okay, as long, check your answers, whatever you're comfortable with setting proportions. Okay, and it should work out. All right, good job, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Keep working hard.